Salam. Hello. Can you all say hello? Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. My name is Richard, Mr. Richard. Mr. Richard, okay? Mr. Richard. All right. We're going to do some, can you sing? Can you sing? Good, good. All right. Let's get into let me just check time. I want them in we're going to stand up to begin with in a circle. Come right round. That's it. Come in. That's it. That's it. Good, good. You're just about here. Come in. To about here. So everybody. Okay. Yeah. No, just one. Good. Can you click? Can you click? Oh, good. And shake, shake, shake. You shake your shoulders. Listen to me. After me. Hey there.
Hey there.
Hey there.
Hey.
And again, louder. Hey there.
Hey there.
Okay, can you see it up there? Okay. Oh, it's come down. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here we are. Okay. Can you see? Hey there. Hey there. You're a real cool cat. You're a real cool cat. Okay? You're a real cool cat. Can you say that again? Real cool cat. So you're going to go click, 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 click. Hey there.
Hey there.
You're a real cool cat. Okay, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. Hey there.
Hey there.
You're a real cool cat.
You're a real cool cat.
With a little bit of this. With a little bit of this. I mean, just a tiny, okay? So, can you say, with a little bit of this? With a little bit of this. And a little bit of that.
And a little bit of that.
Okay, okay, and again. 1, 2, 3. With a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So it goes from the beginning. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Hey there, you're a real cool cat with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Can you do that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hey there, you're a real cool cat with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Very good, very good. Let's do it again. So we can do it again. Ready? Everybody clicking? If you can't click, you can clap, okay? Right, 1, 2, 3. Hey there, you're a real cool cat with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Good, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Hey there, you're a real cool cat with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then we say, come on in. Come on in. So it goes like this. Hey there, you're a real cool cat with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Come on in and go down. Okay? Come on in and go down. Already? 1, 2, 3. Come on in and go down. Do that again. Come on in and go down. Here it is up here, okay? So, come on in and go down. So, come on in and go down. Can you do it? 1, 2, 3. So, come on in and go down. And up. And up. Okay. And left. That's the left. And right. So can you say, so come on in and go down and up and left and right. Can you see it on here? Okay. So come on in and go down and up and left and right. Let's see if we can put that together. 1, 2, 3. So come on in. 1, 2, 3. So come on in and go down and up and left and right. Listen while I put it together. Okay? Hey there, you're a real cool cat with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So come on in and go down and up and left and right. Good. Once more, because I think you've got it. Have you got it? Okay. Hey there, you're a real cool cat with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So come on in and go down and up and left and right. Oh, very good. One more time. Do you think we can do it? Do you think we can try and do it a little bit more quickly? Hey, like, hey there, you're a real cool cat. Oh, good, yeah, right. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Hey there, you're a real cool cat with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So come on in and go down and up and left and right. Good, you've got it, you've got it. Okay, let's bring the cushions in so we're all sitting close together now. You can bring yourself a little cushion. They can bring the cushions in close now. You can all bring close together here. And I think I can have this over here now because it's okay.
Like this?
That's good. That's good. You can come in even closer. We can even fill this little hole up, okay? So everybody can hear. Good. You know, I'm going to tell you 2 stories, and then we're going to have a song. But after I've told you my story, with the help of a writer, a book, because books are very important. The story I'm going to tell you is from this book. But I think a lot of you have got stories. Have you all got stories? Favorite stories? Yes, good. So you will be able to tell some stories, but our stories are about the whole world. Very important, about the whole world. It's about, you see I put it up here, looking after our world. We have to look after our world, because if we don't look after it, it will be very bad for us to live in, okay? Our world is very green. But if there's a lot of bad things, it might not be so green. Okay, we have to look after our world. And you know, when we tell stories, we also use our imagination. What's Arabic for imagination? Okay, so I want you to use your imagination. What What is this? Yeah, what is it? Well done, bucket. Very good. It's a bucket. What is it in Arabic? It begins with P, isn't it?
No, it's maybe garden.
Pardon? Garden. Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, garden or bucket. Can you say bucket in English?
Bucket.
Bucket. And it's, what color bucket is it? A blue bucket. So we got two B's, a B and a B. A blue bucket, okay? But this is a very special bucket. It's not an ordinary bucket, it's a magic bucket.
Garden سحري.
Because if I look in the bucket, I can see all kinds of things. Okay. I can see. And this is what this is Billy's bucket. I'm going to tell you about Billy's bucket. Okay? Billy had a birthday. And when it's our birthday, we like to get presents, don't we? We like to get presents. Yeah? What kind of presents would you like to get for your birthday? What kind of presents would you like to get on your birthday? Yes? Anything, okay? A new pair of trainers. PlayStation, yeah. Games, yeah? Games to play on your computer.
Maybe dress?
Yeah. Beautiful dress, yeah? New shoes. Books. Nice to get books. Well, do you know what Billy wanted for his birthday? He said to his mummy and his daddy, I know what I would like for my birthday. I would like a bucket. A bucket? His mother said, a bucket for your birthday? His father said, a bucket for your birthday? Nobody wants a bucket for their birthday. You don't want a bucket for your birthday. No child has buckets for their birthday. But he said, yes, I want a bucket for my birthday.
يبقى هو كان عايز هدية ايه في عيد ميلاده؟ bucket.
Please, 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 can I have a bucket for my birthday? You don't want a bucket, said his mother. You want some new trainers. Billy said, no, I don't want new trainers. I want a bucket. And his daddy said, you don't want a bucket. You want a computer.
Wow.
A PlayStation, like you said. And Billy said, I don't want a PlayStation. I want a bucket. I want a bucket. And his daddy said, you can't have a bucket for your birthday. You want some books so you can read. And he said, no, 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 I want a bucket. So he said, let's go to the bucket shop. So they went to the bucket shop where they had lots of buckets, okay? They had red buckets, and blue buckets, and yellow buckets, and orange buckets, lots of buckets. But what did Billy say? What kind of bucket did Billy want? Did he want a red bucket? No. Did he want a yellow bucket? No. What kind of bucket did he want? Did he want a green bucket? What color bucket did he want? He wanted a blue bucket. And the blue bucket was way, 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 way up on the top shelf. Okay, so the shopkeeper had to climb a ladder up to the top shelf and reach high. Oh, for the bucket. Nearly fell, okay? And his mother said, "Are you sure you want a bucket?" And he said, "Yes." And his daddy said, "Are you sure you want a bucket?" And he said, "Yes, I want a bucket." And so Billy had a blue bucket for his birthday. And when he got home, do you know what he did? What did he do? What am I doing? He went to and he filled the bucket with water. He filled the bucket with water. And he was very, very happy. So he had the bucket full of water. And when he got the bucket full of water, he started to look in the bucket. And do you know what he saw? He saw lots of crabs and seaweed in the bottom of the bucket. Crabs and seaweed. You know, they pinch you, these crabs. What is crabs, Arabic for crabs? Yes. Yes. He said to his daddy, "When I look in my bucket, I can see lots of crabs." And his daddy said, "No, I cannot believe it. But okay. And then he looked in his bucket again, and he said, "When I look in my bucket, I can see a shark."
You know, عارفين القرش؟ هو لقى قرش في الباكت؟
Yes?
Yes.
And his mummy laughed and said, Can you really see a shark? I don't believe you." And then he had another look in his bucket. And he said, "Guess what I can see in my bucket now? I can see a whole lot of fishes. All these fishes are swimming in my bucket." And his dad said, "You can't see fishes in your bucket, can you?" And he said, "Yes, I can." "I don't believe you," said his dad. And then he carried his bucket to the lounge. "What is in your bucket now?" "Oh, there's some big fish in my bucket." We have to look after the big fish. Big fish in my bucket. And so it was time for Billy to go to bed. And his mother said, "Can I borrow your bucket because I want to do some washing in the bucket?" And he said, "No, you cannot borrow my bucket." And his daddy said, "Can you borrow?" Have we got the word borrow? Can we borrow your bucket?
ممكن استلف الباكت
Because I want to wash the car. And his daddy's and Billy said, "No, you must never, ever, ever borrow my bucket." And then, never, ever, ever borrow my bucket.
اي حد ياخد الباكت منه.
So Billy went to bed. And he went to bed and he thought he had the best present in the world. When he woke up the next morning, he couldn't find his bucket. His bucket wasn't there. Where had it gone? He looked everywhere.
هو في كل حته.
Had his mother borrowed the bucket?
مامته خدت الباكت.
Had his
No.
father borrowed the bucket? Well, he looked everywhere for his bucket. And he said to his mummy and his daddy, I told you not to borrow my bucket.
انا قلت لكم محدش ياخد الجردل بتاعي.
Because in the kitchen was a big whale.
حوت.
It had got out of the bucket and they had to put it back. How big was it? How big was the whale? Bigger than that. Bigger than that. Bigger, 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 bigger. How are they going to get it back in the bucket? It's a big, so they had to squeeze it and push it back into the bucket. Okay, that very big, big whale back in the bucket. Look, okay, it took Billy's mum and daddy 6 hours to get it back into the bucket. And Billy said, now you know you must never borrow my bucket again.
قال لمامته باباش تعرفي محدش يجي جنب الجردل التاني بتاعي.
Because it was a magic bucket.
عشان هو كان جردل سحري.
And it was very important for the whale to be in the salt water, the nice clean water in the bucket. Okay? What did Billy see in the bucket? Tell me what Billy saw in the bucket.
ايه في الباكت؟
What did he see in the bucket?
شاف ايه في الباكت؟ Yes, crabs.
Crabs. What do crabs do? Oh, crabs. They go, oh, oh, oh. Yeah, crabs fish. What else did he see in the bucket? He saw some fish. What were the fish doing? What were the fish doing in the water? They were swimming. Show me the fish. Show me the fish swimming. Can you show me the fish swimming? Yeah. He saw some little fish, some tiny fish, yes? Tiny fish. And then he saw some bigger fish. And what else did he see in the bucket? Shark, yes. Shark has big teeth, yeah, big teeth, yeah. Big teeth. And then when his mummy and daddy borrowed the bucket, what came out of the bucket at the end?
ايه اللي طلع من الباكت؟
Not just a fish, a big, big whale. Yeah, a whale. Can you say whale? Whale. There's the picture again of the whale. Look at this whale. It's so big. Okay, it's so big. And they had to try and get it back into the bucket, yes? Push it back in the bucket. Now, those are the things that Billy saw in the bucket.
الحاجات اللي شافها بالي في الجردل.
I wonder if you can see anything different in this magic bucket.
ممكن تشوفوا حاجة تانية في الباكت.
Something very... What can you see something in the bucket? What can you see?
Cat.
A cat! A cat! Does anybody want to come and have a look at... What can you... Come and have a look. Come and have a look. What can you see in the bucket?
Shark.
A shark! Oh, that's what Billy saw as well. Yeah, do you want to come and have a look in the bucket? What can you see in the bucket?
Fish.
Fish. Fish. You can see some fish. Can anybody see anything different in the bucket? Who else would like to come and look at the magic bucket? Yeah. What? A car. A car in the bucket. The car. We can drive the car. What can you see in the bucket?
Fish.
Fish. What can you see in the bucket?
Dog.
A dog. A dog. What sort of sound does the dog make? Okay, there's lots of dogs. Eh? Is there lots of dogs? Okay. Okay. And if we have dogs, we have to look after them, don't we? We have to keep them on a lead so they don't run into the road. Okay? So, Billy saw fish. You have seen a dog, a cat, a shark somebody saw, a car. Can anybody see anything else in the bucket? Who would like... many years' time, there will be no more animals left.
مش هيبقى عندنا أي حيوانات لو ما خدناش بالنا منها.
We have to look after the trees because some animals like to live in the trees. We have to look after the plants, all the things that grow, because they feed the animals, yes? So we have to look after our world. Yes? I'm going to tell you another story. I keep Greenpeace, my Greenpeace book. No, my Greenpeace book. Yeah, that one. Now, if we need to look after our world, we have to tell the grown-ups. We have to tell all the grown-ups to help us look after the world.
ناخد بالنا من العالم بتاعنا لازم نقول لمين؟ نقول لبابا وماما أصحابنا الكبار ياخدوا بالهم هم كمان.
And you know how you belong to the Sea Scouts. It's like a club, an organization, yes?
بما إن أنت في الكشافة بقى فلازم توعوا الناس وتتكلموا معاهم مش كده؟
Right. And there's another organization called WupY-PS. Can you see? Peace. What do you think the Greenpeace organization does?
في حاجة تانية زي الكشافة اسمها جرين بيس، تفتكروا بتعمل إيه؟
If you are in that organization, what do you think they want to do?
Yeah, they look after the plants.
They look after the plants, they look after the nature, okay? And this little boy, this little girl called Emily, she wrote a letter to Greenpeace.
بنوتة اسمها إيميلي كتبت جواب لمين؟ لجرين بيس.
Because Emily, in her garden, she had a pond.
عشان هي في الحديقة بتاعتها في جنينتها عندها إيه؟ بحيرة.
Okay, a pond.
اسمها بوند.
And one morning, she woke up and she went to her pond and she said to Greenpeace, I love whales. I love whales. And can I tell you, I have just seen a whale in my pond.
أول ما صحيت لقيت ويل في البوند بتاعتها.
So Billy saw a whale in his bucket and Emily saw a whale in her pond.
إيميلي شافت إيه؟
Okay.
ويل. فين؟ بحيرة pond.
Yes. I'm not going to call her Emily. Let's change her name.
Okay.
What about a nice Egyptian girl's name?
Yeah.
Can anybody tell me what? Let's change her name. A nice Egyptian girl's name.
عايزين نسمي إيميلي اسم تاني مصري. تفتكروا إيه؟ اسم بنوتة مصري. ها؟ مريم؟ ملك.
Mar- oh, it's lots of. Should we call her Mariam? Yes? So, Mariam wrote a letter to Greenpeace and she said, I have got a whale in my pond.
كتبت جواب لجرين بيس إنها عندها ويل فين؟
But I don't know how to look after it. Can you help me?
عايزة آخد بالي منه. ممكن تساعدوني؟
And Greenpeace said, no, 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 no. You can't have a whale in your pond. Whales don't live in the pond. They live in the sea. They like salty water.
قالوا لها لا ما ينفعش الويلز لازم تعيش في البحر ما ينفعش تعيش في البحر.
So Mariam said, I know what I will do.
هي قالت لهم أنا عارفة هعمل إيه.
I will put some salt in my pond.
هتحط إيه في البحيرة بتاعتها؟
So, so the whale will be happy.
والويل هيبقى مبسوط.
And Greenpeace said, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think your mummy and daddy will be very happy with salt in their pond.
تفتكروا ماما وبابا مريم هيوافقوا؟
No, there isn't a whale in your pond because whales don't get lost. They live in the sea and they know where the sea is. And she said, but Mariam said, there is a whale in my pond. And he jumped up and he made a lot of water out of his spout. You know what whales do. Can you see? They have a little spout at the top, a little hole at the top, and they spout water. And Mariam said, I saw the whale spouting water. And it was a blue whale.
الويل بتاعها كان لونه إيه؟
Blue whale. And so, yes, and Greenpeace said, blue whales are blue and they eat those tiny, tiny, tiny little fish in the sea.
بياكل إيه؟
There is no blue whale in your pond. It is much too big to live in a pond.
كبير قوي حوت يعني يقعد في البحيرة.
Perhaps it's a little blue fish.
ممكن يكون فيش صغيرة.
Dear Greenpeace, she wrote another letter to the Greenpeace.
كتبت لهم تاني.
And she said, I read your letter to my whale and he let me stroke his head. It was very exciting. And I took him some breadcrumbs and some biscuits
اديتوا ايه؟ اديتوا عيش ولا في
for his breakfast.
اديتوا بسكوت وعيش؟
And in the morning, I looked in the pond and they had all gone. He had eaten them all.
وكلهم. بياكل بسكوت؟
No, 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 said Greenpeace.
جرين بيس قالوا لها لا.
There is not a whale in your pond. Now, really, you are telling me lies, stories, fairy stories.
الدنيا علينا بتقولنا حاجات كده ايه فيش ويل في ويل بياكل بسكوت؟
The next day, Mariam got up and she wrote another letter to Greenpeace. And she said, Dear Greenpeace, I am very, very sad. I am very upset because my whale has gone. He's disappeared.
ما لقيتهوش اختفى.
And Greenpeace said, don't be sad, Mariam. There was never a whale in your pond.
يعني
Whales like to live in the sea.
ويل بيحب يعيش فين؟
And so
ما كانش فيه ويل أصلاً عندنا.
Mariam went to the seaside.
مريم راحت فين؟ عند البحر.
And when she got to the seaside, guess what she saw?
شافت إيه؟
A big blue whale. And she said, there he is. That's my friend. And I know it's my friend because he let me stroke his head.
يعني أطبطب على راسه.
And
كده أنا عارفاه.
he was very, very happy living in the sea.
تفتكروا هو مبسوط؟
Can you see? There she can see. Mariam can see him and living in the sea, in the salt water. Yes, can you see?
هو happy دلوقتي هو مبسوط؟
And was the whale very happy?
Yes.
Because he was in the sea. Was Mariam very happy? She was very happy because the whale was happy. And so we have to look after our fishes and our whales in the sea. Okay.
We have only 3
Yeah, right. We're going to sing one more song. And it's a song about looking after the whole world. Not just the whales in the sea, not just the birds in the sky, everybody. And I think you might know this song. Okay? Can you hand me my computer over, please, with the speaker?
هنغني أغنية ازاي بناخد بالنا من العالم كله مش بس البحر ولا الطيور كل حاجة.
Sorry. Just see, let's just listen. Let's just listen to this. See if you know it, okay? Let's listen to this. Okay. Listen.
We got the whole world.
In our hands we got the whole world. In our hands we got the whole world. In our hands we got the whole world in our hands. Listen.
She's got the sun and the moon.
Sun and the moon. She got the sun and the moon. Where's the sun? Up there. Sun and the moon in our hands. Can you give me the book? In our hands.
He's got the mountains and the valleys.
Not that one. He's got the mountains and the valleys.
In his hands, he's got the mountains and the valleys. In his hands, he's got the whole world.
Next to the mountains hand.
She's got the plains and the deserts.
All the deserts,
She's got the
plains and the deserts. In her hands she's got the plains and the deserts. In her hands she's got the world in a whole world. We'll do a big sign for the whole world.
He's got the lakes and the rivers. In his hands,
He's got the lakes and the rivers. In his hands he's got the lakes and the rivers. In his
hands, he's got the whole world.
whole world. Let's do a big sound for the whole world.
العالم كله.
She's got the trees and the flowers.
The trees and the flowers. Trees and the flowers. In her hands he's got the trees and the flowers. He's got the whole world in her hand. The birds in the sky. He's got the birds and the sky. In his hand he's got the birds in the air. In his hand he's got the whole world in his hands. And now it's about the whale.
She's got the
Fish in the sea and the whales. Fish in the sea. In his hands he's got the fish and the sea. In his hands he's got the whole world in his hands. his hands he's got the cans and the pieces. In his hands he's got the tins and the pieces. In his hands. Let's see if we can sing that about the whole world then. He's got the whole world in his hands. Let's stand up, shall we? Let's stand up, okay? Just to finish. And when we sing whole world, okay, we're going to do a big, big movement like that, like the whole world, yeah? Can you all do that? Okay? Can you all do a big movement? Okay, the whole world. He's got the whole world. Ready? He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 Everybody, he's got the whole world in his hands. 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 Okay, I think that's nearly the end of our storytelling session. So, what did Billy have in his bucket? Fish. And what was right at the end? What did they try to get in the bucket? A big whale. Okay, and what did Mariam have in her pond? A whale. Good. Okay, you did very well. Give yourselves a clap. Okay, I think that's the end of the session, yeah? Hello, everybody. My name is Richard. What is my name? Richard. Okay? And you all have different names, but I cannot remember all of them. Let's stand up, okay? Let's get into a circle. Okay. No, keep it in a big circle. Big, nice circle. Nice circle. Good. Okay. Make it a little bit bigger. How many of you can click? Click, 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 click. After me. 1, 2, 3. Hey there.
Hey there.
And again. Hey there.
Hey there.
You're a real cool cat. You're a real cool cat. Okay? So it's hey there, you're a real cool cat. Ready? Hey there, you're a real cool cat. See if you can click and say it. Ready? After 3. 1, click. 1, 2, 3. Hey there, you're a real cool cat. So come on in and go down. Again. So come on in and go down. And up. And left. And right. Let's do that. So come on in. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So come on in with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So come on in and go down and up and left and right. Okay, see if you can do it now, all of you. Are you ready? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Hey there, you're a real cool cat with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So come on in and go down and up and left and right. When we go up, let's see how high we can go. So come on in and go down and up. How high can you go? Up, higher, higher, touch the ceiling, and left, and right. Okay, we're going to do all of it now. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey there, you're a real cool cat with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So come on in and go down and up and left and right. Good, let's do it once more because I think, can we do it a little bit quicker now? Because you're good. Okay, move out a little bit. Okay, shake around, okay? Shake around. That's it. Ready? A 1, a 2. Can I see everybody shaking, okay? Because you're cool cats, all right? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Hey there, you're a real cool cat with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So come on in and go down and up and left and right. Okay, good, good. All right. Now you can bring your cushions in and you can all come and sit over here. Yeah, you can come up really, really close. Really, oh, that's great. That's good. Okay. Has everybody got a seat? Is everybody feeling good? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling cool? Are you cool cats? Yeah, we got a lot of cool cats. Okay. I'm going to tell you 2 stories. And then we're going to have a song. And our stories are about looking after the world. We must all look after the world that we live in. We have to protect the animals and the flowers, the plants, and the trees, don't we? We have to protect the world so that the world is for everybody to enjoy. Do you agree? Can you translate?
لازم نحافظ على العالم بتاعنا صح ولا لا؟
Okay, good. So we have to look after our animals, our fishes in the sea, the animals in the forest, the birds in the sky. We have to look after all of them.
لازم
Yeah?
ناخد بالنا من الحيوانات والطيور والاسماك. Right?
I want to tell you a story about a little boy called Billy. What was his name?
Billy.
Billy, yes. Now, Billy had a birthday. Billy had a birthday. Do you know what? Yeah, birthday, okay? Do you all have birthdays? My birthday is in April. When is your birthday?
May.
In May. When is your birthday?
June.
In June. Has anybody got a birthday today?
حد عيد ميلاده النهارده؟
Has anybody got a birthday in June?
شهر 6. حد عيد ميلاده الشهر ده؟ Yes. Only me.
Only you.
Just me.
Okay. What, if you have a birthday, what do you like to get for your birthday? What kind of present?
هدية ايه اللي انت تحب تاخدها في عيد ميلادك؟ ايه الهدية اللي تحب تجيلك؟
What kind of presents would you like to get? Yes?
Like anything.
Anything. Give me, tell me. Tell me what you would like for your birthday.
Xbox maybe? Xbox? PlayStation?
PlayStation? Yeah? What would you like? PlayStation? Yeah? Xbox? What would- PlayStation. Okay, okay. Right, what would you like for your birthday?
Dress.
A nice dress, okay. Well, Billy didn't want a PlayStation. He didn't want an Xbox. He didn't want any new trainers. Do you know what this little boy wanted for his birthday? He wanted a bucket.
بيلي كان عايز ايه؟
That's a strange thing to want for a birthday, but Billy wanted a bucket. So when his mummy and his daddy said, "What do you want for your birthday?" he said, "Can I have a bucket?" His mummy said, "A bucket?" His daddy said, "A bucket?" "No, you don't want a bucket for your birthday." Okay, nobody wants a bucket for their birthday.
هو كان عايز هدية ايه في عيد ميلاده؟
Why don't you have some new trainers? And he said, "No, I don't want any new trainers. I want a bucket." And his daddy said, "Why don't you have a PlayStation?" And Billy said, "I don't want a PlayStation. I want a bucket."
Yes.
And his mummy said, "Okay." And his daddy said, "Okay, if you want a bucket, you can have a bucket. But we'll have to go to the shop, the bucket shop."
لازم يروحوا فين عشان يشتروا الباكت الراجل اللي بيبيع الباكت.
And so they went to the bucket shop.
راحوا فين؟
And in the bucket shop, there were lots and lots and lots of buckets. There were red buckets. What color buckets?
Red.
What other buckets can you see? Yellow buckets, yes. What other buckets can you see? Green buckets, yes. But guess what color bucket Billy wanted? You are right. Billy wanted a blue bucket. And he saw right on top of the shelf, right up top of the shelf, he saw a blue bucket. And he said, "I want that blue bucket right up there." And the shopkeeper had to reach up for the blue bucket. Oh, oh, oh! Nearly dropped it. But Billy got his birthday present. And it was a very special bucket. It wasn't an ordinary bucket.
ما كانش باكت عادي، كان باكت سحر، جردل سحر.
Billy went home with his bucket and he filled it with water.
حط فيها ايه؟
Lovely, clean water. And he took his bucket and it was full of water. And he looked into his bucket and he saw some crabs and seaweed in his bucket. You know those crabs.
كابوريا. شاف ايه في الباكت؟
What is it in Arabic?
كابوريا.
Caboria. Yeah, caboria in his bucket.
كابوريا في الباكت.
Because it was a magic bucket. And he said to his mummy and his daddy, I can see some caboria in my bucket. And his mummy and daddy said, no, you can't. We don't have, you never find crabs, caboria in your bucket. It's impossible.
مستحيل تلاقي كابوريا في الباكت.
And he looked in his bucket again and he said, I can see some little tiny fishes in my bucket.
Yes.
Fishes. And his mummy and daddy said, no, you can't. There cannot be any fishes in your bucket.
حد يكون في أي سمك في الباكت.
And he looked again and he said, I can see some big fishes in my bucket. And his mummy said, there are no crabs, there are no little fishes, there are no big fishes in your bucket.
أي حاجة من اللي أنت بتقول عليها.
And he looked again and he said, I can see a shark
كابوريا شارك.
in my bucket.
قرش في الباكت. قرش.
And his daddy laughed and said, oh, of course you can. Yes, you can see a shark. I don't think so.
ازاي هتلاقي شارك قرش كبير في الباكت؟
He said, yes, I can see a shark in that bucket.
أنا شايفها.
And he said, and Billy said, because my blue bucket is very special, you must never, ever take my bucket.
وعشان جردل سحري بلاقي فيه حاجات كتيرة قوي مستحيل حد فيكم ياخدها.
You must never borrow my bucket.
تستلفوا الباكت بتاعي. بيقول لبابا وماما.
But his mother said, I would like to borrow your bucket because I want to do some washing in it.
وانتوا عايزة تاخدوا علشان تغسل حاجات فيه.
And Billy said, no, never, never, never. What did Billy say? Never, never, never. And his father, his daddy said, I want to borrow your bucket to clean the car.
عايز اخد الباكت بتاعك عشان اغسل بيه العربية.
And what did Billy say to his father? Never, never, never. So then it was tea time and Billy had a wonderful birthday cake,
جات له بقى birthday cake
lots of lovely food to eat,
واكل جميل عشان عيد ميلاد.
and he put his bucket very carefully beside the table.
حط الباكت جنب الترابيزة جنب.
At the end of the day, Billy had had such a wonderful time,
كان انبسط جدا وكان وقت جميل.
that he was really quite tired. Oh, I think I want to go to bed.
عايز ايه؟
And he put his bucket very carefully beside his bed.
حطه فين؟ جنب السرير بتاعه.
And he went to sleep.
وراح فين؟ sleep.
The next morning, when Billy woke up, his bucket had gone, has disappeared.
مش لاقي الباكت. ما شافش. Where's my bucket?
Where's my bucket? Yeah.
راح فين؟
And he said to his mummy,
قال لمامته ايه؟
did you borrow my bucket?
خدتي الباسط؟
And he said to his daddy, did you borrow my bucket? What did I say? You must never, never, never borrow my bucket. And they went into the kitchen.
دخل المطبخ
And there in the kitchen was a great big whale. A great big whale. Yes, a great big whale.
شايفين الويل؟
Can you see?
لونه ايه؟
And they said, how are we going to get it back into the bucket?
ازاي هنرجعه في الباكت؟
Because his mummy and daddy had borrowed the bucket and the whale had jumped out.
لما خدوا الباكت الويل نط من الباكت.
It was a big one. How big was the whale? How big was it?
كبير قد ايه الويل؟
It was so big. Big, show me how big. How big? Very big. Show me how big. How are we? Can we get it in this? Can we get it in the bucket?
هنعرف نرجعه.
We gotta push it in the bucket and push it and push it and push it. And that's eventually Billy got the whale back into the bucket. Okay? It was so hard, okay? He said, I told you not to borrow my bucket. And they never, ever borrowed it again.
هم عمرهم ما خدوه تاني يعني.
So, it was a magic bucket full of wonderful fishes and creatures from the sea.
هو عشان جردل سحري لقى فيه سمك وويل
If you had a magical blue bucket,
عندكم باكت سحري زي ده.
what do you think you would see? Would anybody like to look in this magic bucket? Anybody?
عندك سحر.
Come and have a look in the, can you come and have a look in the magic bucket? See what you can see. Yeah?
ممكن تشوف ايه لو تخيلنا ان احنا عندنا باكت سحري.
Who would like to come and have a look in the magic bucket? Come and have a look.
بص تعالوا بص.
Come and have a look, see what you can see. Have a look in the bucket and tell everybody what can you see in the bucket. In your imagination, what can you see? Fishes. Can anybody see something different in the bucket? Well done. Give them a clap. You could see fishes. Can anybody see something different? Come and have a look. What can you see in the magic bucket? Nothing. Oh, I want you to use your imagination. Use your yes. What can you see? Come and tell us. You can sit down. What can you see in the magic bucket using your a shark. Oh, what can you see in the magic bucket? Yes?
Lime.
A lion. Oh, you can see a lion. What can you see in the magic bucket? A crab. A crab. What can you see? A shark. Well done. Did you want? Yeah. Do you see something different? Oh, that's a starfish. What is that in Arabic? Yeah.
عارفين السمكة اللي بتشكل
A beautiful, beautiful starfish. Okay. I think there might be a picture in here. Let's have a look. Yes, a beautiful starfish in the bucket. Okay. So, that was a very funny birthday present, yes?
Yes.
Very funny. Now, I'm going to tell you another story.
عندنا ستوري تانية.
You are all members of an organization called Sea Scouts, yes? Sea Scouts.
شفتوا الكشافة؟
Are you all Sea Scouts? There is another very important organization called Greenpeace. Peace. Can you see? What do you think that organization does? What do you think that organization does?
زي الكشافة اسمها جرين بيس. اسمها ايه؟
Greenpeace, good. What do you think that organization does?
بتعمل ايه؟ الناس دول بيعملوا
Anybody, any ideas?
من اسمها جرين بيس.
Greenpeace.
ها ممكن تكون بتعمل ايه؟
Green
بتحافظ
Peace.
على ايه؟
نحافظ على الطبيعة.
nature.
Nature, you are right, good boy.
Plants.
And plants.
Plants.
It is an organization that tells everybody to look after the nature, to look after the plants.
عشان ناخد بالنا من الطبيعة والنباتات.
Now, there was, what is your name? What is her name?
فاطمة.
Fatma. This is a story about a little girl called Fatma. Yes.
دي عن بنوتة اسمها فاطمة.
And in Fatma's garden, she had a pond.
هون بحيرة عندها في الجنينة بتاعتها في
And one morning she got up and she went into her garden and she looked in her pond
تفتكروا لقت ايه في البوند في البحيرة؟
and she
اكتوبس.
she saw a whale, a big whale.
بيج ويل. حوت كبير قوي.
She wrote a letter to Greenpeace
كتبت جواب.
and she said, I have got a whale in my pond, but I don't know how to look after whales. Can you help me?
قالت لهم انا عندي حوت كبير قوي مش عارفه اهتم بيه، ممكن تقولوا لي ازاي اهتم بيه عشان هم بيهتموا بيه.
Because I think I must look after him very carefully.
لازم اخد بالي منه كويس وانا مش عارفه، ممكن تقولوا لي؟
And Greenpeace said to him, I don't think it was a whale,
قالوا لها ما اعتقدش ان هو في حوت عنده.
because whales don't live in ponds.
الويل الحوت ما بتعيش في
You are right. They live in the sea because they like salt water.
يس.
Greenpeace told Fatma that whales like salt water.
الويل بيحب ايه الحوت؟ الميه المالحه بتاعت البحر.
So do you know what Fatma did? She went out that night to the pond, and do you know what she put in the pond?
The fish.
salt.
Not fish food, because they like to live in salt water.
salt.
Yeah, she put a lot of salt in the pond, yeah?
ملح في الميه.
And she said, she wrote a letter to Greenpeace and said, my whale is all right because I've put a lot of salt in the pond.
كتبت لهم
So
ايه؟
he's very happy.
قالت لهم ان الحوت مبسوط عشان حطيت له ملح في
And
الميه.
she gave her whale a name. Do you know what she called him?
سميته ايه؟
Do you know what she called her whale?
الحوت ايه؟
It begins with A. She called him Abdul. Fatma called her whale Abdul. Yeah, fancy calling a whale Abdul, yeah? And so, but Greenpeace said, no, you haven't got a whale in your pond because whales don't live in ponds. And anyway, whales don't get lost. So it wouldn't get lost in a pond, it's in the sea. And so she wrote back and said, I'm very happy because my whale is in the pond and I saw him spurt water.
هي قالت لهم انا مبسوطه قوي عندي الحوت وبيطلع ميه.
And he's a blue whale.
لونه ايه؟ بلو. بلو.
And Greenpeace said to Fatwa, it's not a green whale in your pond. Perhaps you got a little green fish. A little blue fish, sorry. It's not a blue fish, blue whale, it's a blue fish.
قالوا لها ما ينفعش يكون حوت هو ممكن يكون سمكه صغيره.
And she said to Greenpeace, no, I've got a blue whale in my pond. He's very happy, and he's called Abdul. And I know he's very happy because when I stroke him, when I do this to him, he smiles. Okay? And Greenpeace said, I am sorry to disappoint you. You keep telling me you have a whale in your pond. It's impossible. Whales never, never, never live in ponds. They only live in the sea. The next morning, Fatma got up and she wanted to put some biscuits for Abdul to eat.
عشان يفطر حطيت له ايه؟
But he wasn't there.
فود فيش.
Yes, but he wasn't there. He'd gone.
ما لقيتهوش.
And
فين؟
Fatma was very, very sad. And she wrote to Greenpeace. She said, I am very sad because my whale has gone.
عشان الويل ايه؟
ماشي.
And Greenpeace said, go to the seaside. Go to the sea.
البحر فيه.
And so Fatma went to the seaside, and over there in the sea, guess what she saw?
She saw Abdul.
She saw Abdul the whale. You are right. And she was very happy. And Abdul was very happy because he had the whole sea and all that salt water. And that story tells us that we have to look after all the whales and the fishes in the sea. Yes?
يبقى هو كان مبسوط قوي عشان رجع البحر بتاعه.
We have to look after them.
بيعلمنا ده
And-
إحنا لازم ناخد بالنا.
Okay? Greenpeace is the organization that tells everybody to look after the fish in the sea. Okay?
ممكن نبطل ده؟
Can you bring me my computer? So, boys, we have to look after the fish in the sea. What else? What else do we? And we have to look after the animals, okay?
And the plants.
And we have to look after the plants. And what else do we have to look after? The fish. Yeah. We have to look after the whole world. What do we have to look after? The whole world. Okay. Can everybody show me? We have to look after the whole world. I'm going to play you a song about the whole world. Let's see if we can listen to this
لازم
song.
نخلي بالنا من الايه؟ العالم.
Listen. Listen. Whole world in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. Listen.
She's got the sun and the moon.
Sun and the moon. She got the sun and the... Where's the sun? The sun is in the sky. Sun and the moon. She got the whole world in her hands. Mountains and the valleys. Mountains and the valleys. In his hands, he's got the mountains and the valleys. In his hands, mountains and the valleys. In his hands, he's got the whole world in his hands. The deserts and the plains. He got the deserts and the plains. In his hands, the plains and the deserts. In his hands, he's got the plains and the deserts. He got the whole world in his hands.
He's got
The lakes and the rivers.
in his hands.
He got the lakes and the rivers.
In his hands.
He got the lakes and the rivers.
In his hands.
He got the whole world in his hands. Trees and flowers. Trees and the flowers in his hands. Trees and the flowers in his hands. Trees and the flowers In his hands, he's got the whole world in his... Birds in the air. Birds in the air. He's got the birds in the air in his hand. He got the birds in... Everybody clap. He got the birds and the flowers in his... He got the whole world in his hand. Got the fish. He's got the fish and the sea in his... He's got the fish and the sea. He's got the fish and the sea. He's got the whole world in his hand. Okay, and see if we can sing that chorus again. See if everybody can sing, he's got the whole world, okay? 1, 2, 3. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his... Let's stand up. Spread out. I want everybody in Cairo to hear you singing about looking after the whole world and keeping it in your hands, okay? So when you go whole world, hands right up, bigger, bigger. How big is the world? It's bigger than you can ever imagine. Okay, it goes right up to the ceiling. Can you touch it? It goes more than the ceiling, right up. So when you say whole world, you're going to show me, right? We're going to start with the clapping. He got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his... He got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands. I think we need a lower key, actually. Okay, so we got to go whole world. 1, a 2, a 1. Let me hear you go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, right? And then we again. Ready? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Ready? A 1, 2, 3. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. He got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hand. He got the whole world in his hand. He got the whole world in his... Again, not everybody in Cairo heard you.
Yes.
Tell them.
كله سمعنا. عايزين مصر
Okay.
تسمعنا.
Take a deep breath. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. He got the whole world in his hands. 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 Give yourselves a clap. Is my timing all right? Are we okay? Yeah, is that right? Is that right? Very good.